Now in 4 News Now, special edition. Cough, fever, runny nose, and muscle aches. What you need to know to battle the worst flu season in more than 25 years.
It's the winter doldrums, low clouds and fog in the first alert forecast. I'll let you know how long this quiet weather is going to last.
We'll take you inside the Shoshone County Sheriff's Office as it prepares to open for the first time since a deadly shooting last month. This is 4 News Now, special edition. Flu cases are soaring nationwide with more than 15 million estimated infections this season. Good afternoon, I'm Kirsten O'Connor.
And I'm Derek Dice. The CDC says this is the worst respiratory illness season since at least 97-98. Here in our region, Washington is seeing high flu activity while Idaho is experiencing very high activity. And health experts are warning these numbers could climb even further. Mary Sheridan joins us from Providence Sacred Heart Medical Center where they're taking extra precautions against the virus. Mary.
Well, starting today, visitors under the age of 18 are not going to be allowed in certain parts of the Sacred Heart Medical Center. This is to protect the safety of patients, visitors, and the staff themselves, too. So the certain units are going to include the Children's Hospital, Women's Health Center, and Labor and Delivery Unit. This is not uncommon for this time of year, and the changes are only temporary. So right now, this year, the number of flu cases are above average, but doctors say where we are in the spike is not out of the ordinary for January. That means case numbers are going to get worse before they get better. So in combination with other contagious respiratory illnesses like RSV and COVID, cases are probably going to continue to increase for a few more weeks, which is why medical facilities are taking precautions now.
This year it happens to be influenza is creeping up, and at the point where we're seeing roughly 2% of all of our emergency visits in the state are related to influenza, and that's our trigger to start implement masking, help keep patients and our staff safe.
Doctors tell me this year's flu has a mutated strain that wasn't anticipated when this year's flu shot was developed. Even so, they say the vaccine is an important safety measure that can lessen the severity of the flu and save lives. It's important to note that coughing and fever are the telltale symptoms of the flu. If you're feeling sick, stay home and wash your hands. Reporting live from the Sacred Heart Medical Center on the South Hill, I'm Mary Sheridan, 4 News Now.
All right, Mary, thank you so much. The Spokane City Council goes back to work tonight for the first time this year.
And they'll be talking about the supplement Kratom. It's a supplement that's often sold in gas stations, convenience stores, and smoke shops. But doctors say it can have opioid-like effects. The DEA classifies Kratom as a drug. It can be sold in many different forms, including tablets, capsules, and powders. We talked with Cody Chapman in early December when the proposal to ban the sale of Kratom in the city first came up. He says it nearly took over his life.
I was spending upwards of $1,000 a week on it. Then we could easily do that. And I did that for almost a year straight.
Tonight is the first step in moving toward a ban. If the council eventually votes to ban the sale, Spokane would be the first to do so in the state.
Well, the town of Wallace is still recovering from a shooting at the Shoshone County Sheriff's Office the day after Christmas.
Part of the sheriff's office opened back up today, but the sheriff says it's far from back to normal for his staff. A 77-year-old man from Mullen shot 2 women outside the sheriff's office. Again, the day after Christmas, he also fired shots inside the sheriff's office lobby and then barricaded himself inside. Following a standoff, he was shot and killed. Derek Strom spoke with the sheriff about returning to work there.
You can still see bullet holes in the glass around the lobby of the Shoshone County Sheriff's Office. It's been over 2 weeks since the shooting that rocked the normally quiet town of Wallace. Sheriff William Eddy says he's been working with his staff to make sure everyone feels safe coming back to the office.
One day at a time. That's all you can do. Just, you gotta remember we work for the community, for the citizens of Shoshone County, so we need to, kind of get over our fears a little bit.
The Shoshone County Sheriff says deputies and dispatchers have been working out of this building since the day after the shooting, and they're working on putting additional safety measures in place just to make sure everyone feels safe and comfortable here. That includes putting a lock on one of the doors to the lobby so they can control who was let in. Sheriff Eddy says he's also working on finding grants to help make the building more secure for his staff.
There's still a few that have some concerns, and they're totally justified. I mean, and I'm going to do my best to address those concerns. So, 'cause I believe that they're not unreasonable.
Eddie says there's no timeline for when the sheriff's office will fully open. For now, the DMV is the only department that is open to the public. In Wallace, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
Well, the hazy shades of winter look like they will go away for a day.
Hang on to your hopes, though, my friend. We could hit 50 degrees. Chris Crocker is here with a look at your first alert forecast.
Yes, we almost did today. 4 things to know about your weather. It is going to be a warm Tuesday, partly sunny skies. I think we'll see a little bit of sunshine. Enjoy it, because the winter gloom is on the way with all the low clouds and fog that we are used to this time of year. What we're not used to is 49 degrees. This is the view over the Numerica Veterans Arena right now. Overcast conditions, and we do have a few showers happening right now in the central panhandle and in the northern panhandle. Those will taper off later tonight, and then we are going to be dry for quite some time. This evening, expect overcast conditions, slow to cool, but there are still some icy spots on the streets and sidewalks, despite the fact that our temperatures will be above freezing through the evening. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes. Derek?
All right, Chris, thank you. The Washington legislature kicked off its new session today.
And one bill that'll be debated this session is whether or not insurance should pay for treatment from clinical trials. Madeline Mullins is in studio for us and shares why one Spokane family says this bill could help millions of people.
Yeah, well, for the last 2.5 years, Steve Woodard has been living with glioblastoma, an aggressive and uncurable brain cancer that once diagnosed with, the average patient is given around 14 months to live. Woodard credits the last 2.5 years to tumor treating fields, a treatment that is not covered through Washington State's health insurance. Luckily for Woodard, he and his wife were able to pay for the treatment, something that is not possible for many. It's why they're supporting Senate Bill 5915. It aims to change the way treatments for rare and life-threatening diseases are approved by insurance. Right now, many of those technologies, because they deal with rare conditions, have not had enough studies done on them or studies done with a large enough group of patients to be approved. This bill would broaden what the committee could look at when deciding what treatments should be covered for over 2.7 million people who have insurance through the state.
There are lots of people out there living with rare diseases or other conditions that aren't covered through the Healthcare Authority, and so this is to update the process that they use to review new treatments.
Last year, a similar bill was introduced in the House but failed to pass. Woodard's wife has become an advocate for this cause and hopes this year lawmakers will make the change. A Senate committee will discuss this bill on Friday, and Lisa Woodard will testify before the committee and ask that others who support this bill go onto the legislative page and register their support. In studio, I'm Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
All right, Madeline, thank you. Successful weight loss medications on the market have meant daily injections.
But that's all changing. We'll tell you about the pill versions of weight loss drugs similar to Ozempic and Wegovy, and how they do more than just help you lose weight. Plus,
these AI chatbots are not oracles of truth. They can get information wrong more often than you may think.
What you need to know when it comes to chatbots online and your kids.
And up next, the White House doubles down on its support for ICE agents. You're watching 4 News Now Special Edition.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
It's Stump Mark, only on Live with Kelly and Mark.
Weekdays at
YWCA's Women of Achievement Luncheon is March 6th at the Davenport Grand. Celebrate 9 amazing honorees and the WISE 123 years of service in Spokane. Join us in making a difference. Visit ywcaspokane.org.
Bathfitter does showers? That's right. We offer a wide selection of beautiful and functional showers in all shapes and sizes. We can even convert your bath into a shower. How about that? With our seamless one-piece walls and hundreds of design options, you'll get a beautiful new shower to fit your needs, guaranteed for life. Bathfitter's been around for 40 years, and we've been experts at showers for just as long. Get yours today. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
I'm Chad Young from the Easy Home Buyer, and I pay cash for houses. If you own a house and want to sell it fast for cash, call us today for your no-obligation as-is cash offer.
Call the Easy Home Buyer.
Everyone deserves to be connected. Big cities, small towns, everywhere in between. And staying connected shouldn't break the bank. That's why T-Mobile and U.S. Cellular have joined forces. The best network just got bigger. And we're combining it with the local service you know and trust. Join now and save up to 20% versus Verizon.
This is the kind of card that has America talking. With it, people with Medicare are getting all-in-one coverage for their doctor visits, hospital care, prescription drugs, and more. This kind of insurance, called Medicare Part C, may also cover dental care, eyeglasses, hearing aids, fitness programs, vitamins, even healthy meals and rides to the doctor. With this kind of coverage, you do not need a Medicare Supplement insurance plan. You will access your benefits through your Medicare Part C plan for one low and oftentimes $0 monthly plan premium. You deserve to get the most from your Medicare benefits. Call now for free information that may help you get more coverage for less money. There is no obligation to enroll. Whether for yourself or someone you love, call the number on the screen now. Call now.
Welcome back. Spokane High School students will join nationwide protests over the killing of a Minnesota woman by an ICE agent last week.
Students plan to walk out of class tomorrow. In Minneapolis, fencing and concrete barriers are in place outside the Whipple Federal Building where protesters returned today. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and his wife visited the growing memorial on the street where Renee Good was shot. Across Minneapolis, immigration operations are ramping up, and the White House is standing firm in its support of agents.
This administration will continue to stand wholeheartedly by the brave men and women of ICE, including that officer in Minneapolis who was absolutely justified in using self-defense.
The Hennepin County attorney says her county has jurisdiction and will push to gain access to all the evidence to make any charging decision in the shooting of Renee Good. And according to the Department of Justice, these are pictures of the Border Patrol car damaged last week in Portland, Oregon. Agents shot and wounded Luis Nino Moncada. He is charged with violently striking a Border Patrol agent's vehicle. And the DOJ, says Nino Moncada admitted to intentionally ramming the Border Patrol vehicle in an attempt to get away.
For the last 2 weeks, anti-government protests have escalated in Iran. According to a U.S.-based human rights group, Iranian security forces opened fire on protesters, killing more than 500 people and arresting thousands more. Video shows dozens of body bags outside of a morgue south of Tehran with people looking to identify their loved ones. President Trump says he is weighing possible military action in Iran in support of the protesters.
Best way is to encourage them and say that, of course, we would recognize a government that is a freedom-loving government that allows free elections, but bombing's not the answer.
U.S. military action in Iran would be a massive mistake. It would have the effect of giving the Iranian regime the ability to say it's the U.S. that's screwing our country up.
Officials say President Trump will be briefed at the White House tomorrow on possible U.S. responses. All right, Chris Crocker is here. And Chris, we're getting a little break from that wind, rain, and snow, at least for the next few days.
Yes, the next several days.
Okay.
Wait till you see the 7-day forecast. Tomorrow might be the best day of the week with some sunshine, a little bit at least, around noon, a high temperature 49. 34 is our average high. There is cooler, cloudier weather to tell you about the 7-day forecast coming up next.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The best time to get the biggest year-end savings on used vehicles is this week at Finley Honda Spokane during the year-end closeout, where you can delay payments plus get extra money for your trade-in.
Better selection, bigger savings, locally owned.
That's Montana Sapphire from Phillipsburg, Montana.
If you're not regularly treating your septic tank, you're risking a backup and significant repairs. Use Rid-X once a month. Simply add and flush to reduce monthly waste buildup by up to 20% and help prevent backups. Try Rid-X.
Have you ever felt leg pain, restlessness, cramps, tingling, swelling, numbness, itchiness, or coldness? Then you need the new, clinically proven Legzercise Pro, the natural circulation booster that uses continuous automatic leg movement to soothe pain and promote healthy circulation the natural drug-free way.
After using Legzercise for a week, I felt like I wanted to go for a walk again without pain like I used to.
Legzercise Pro's patented walking simulator propulsion technology moves your feet back and forth along its concave track, creating constant movement and flex at both the knee and ankle joints. It's like having a physical therapist right in your own home.
It's helped with the swelling and the pain. The tingling feeling is gone.
Call right now and order your very own Legzercise Pro, the clinically proven automatic leg mover that soothes pain and naturally promotes healthy circulation. Call now.
JD is here.
Turk! JD! Ready to receive.
Here we go.
Go Eagle! JD, I'm going down. No, engage your core, Seabear. No, I'm going down.
You two idiots are perfect for each other.
My back.
4 News Now is brought to you by Move Fitness.
It's a gray Monday, but it is warm. 49 in Spokane, 45 in Coeur d'Alene right now. Our high temperatures so far today, 50. We did hit 50 in Spokane, 58 in Ritzville, 50 in Grand Coulee, 51 in Pullman, and 54 degrees in Lewiston, even without the help of some sunshine. Taking a look at our satellite and radar, we have had a little bit of wet weather over the central panhandle and northern panhandle right now. We're very close to the storm track, which is going mainly to our north, but high pressure is building in. Here's a look at our weather pattern through the week. So right now, more of a westerly flow, but that is going to be changing over the next few days with high pressure asserting itself. And this time of year, once that high pressure settles in, it does not go anywhere. So expect a very dry and quiet weather pattern. We are going to be keeping a close eye on our air quality with this stagnant weather pattern as we could run into some problems there. But otherwise, it's going to be low clouds and fog and fairly quiet conditions. Now, with the low clouds and fog, that does keep our temperature a little bit cooler. So we're going from around 50 degrees down into the 30s, about average on Thursday, and then slowly starting to warm up through the rest of the 7-day forecast. We'll be in the upper 30s and 40s heading into the weekend, but staying dry with no sign of precipitation in the 7-day forecast. Occasionally, when you get that dense fog and low cloud bank, you may see some flurries or light freezing drizzle condensing out of the fog, but otherwise expect dry conditions for the next 7 days. Overnight lows also through the 7-day forecast will be down below freezing. So despite the fact that we are having dry conditions, we're still going to be doing that freeze-thaw cycle, as there are many locations that still have ice on the roads. I still have ice in front of my road and on the sidewalks in my neighborhood. So that is going to be freezing and thawing over the next several days. And like I say, no sign of any rain or snow, Derek.
All right, get those cars washed. Well, Apple and Google have battled for years for your eyes, ears, and online usage, but now they're joining forces. Apple says it will use Google's Gemini artificial intelligence model to power its updated version of Siri. And artificial intelligence is playing a bigger role in our lives now, including those of our children.
Yeah, a recent study found around 70% of teenagers in the U.S. have used an AI chatbot at least once. So what do parents need to know when it comes to this new technology and their kids? Michael Yoshida has the answers.
AI chatbots are becoming a bigger part of teens' lives. Last year, nearly 3 in 10 teens reported using them, quote, almost constantly, according to a Pew Research Center study.
AI chatbots are very much our new reality. They're being used by everybody for every imaginable purpose.
AI may seem like it knows just about everything, but experts say that isn't the case.
These AI chatbots are not oracles of truth. They can get information wrong more often than you may think.
They're also friendly and designed for engagement, which CNET's Caitlin Shadrawi warns it may just tell you what you want to hear.
When people express worldviews that are potentially harmful or dangerous, these chatbots do not have the ability to effectively push back against those worldviews.
This can be particularly harmful to young people who are still developing emotionally and intellectually and may believe what the bot says, even if its response is wrong or its advice is dangerous.
Our use of social media tells a story of what happens when we're not mindful of how these technologies can influence children and their development.
Pediatrician Joanna Parga-Balinki says there are ways parents can help their kids adapt to this new tech.
Think about your family values and what works for your family.
Be curious and open-minded. Learn how and where your child uses chatbots for school, fun, or something else. Understand what they like or enjoy and try them together.
See what kind of responses it comes back with. And when you do that and you engage with the child, that allows for teachable moments with this type of technology.
In Washington, Michael Yoshida.
Yeah, have those conversations and try it with your child. I think we heard that with social media, too.
Right, for sure.
Well, did you see the commercials for the new GLP-1 weight loss pill over the weekend?
Yeah, they aired during the football playoff games. GLP-1 medications like Ozempic and Wegovy have transformed weight loss since they hit the market. Until now, the drugs required weekly injections, but new trials show taking a daily pill could deliver similar results with a 10% body weight loss in a year and better control of blood pressure and blood sugar.
Autism advocates are celebrating the release of this new Barbie doll. Mattel launched the new doll today. It says the doll's appearance is meant to reflect some people on the spectrum. The Barbie's tablet is a helpful device for those who struggle with speech. Headphones show the need to reduce sensory overload, and she also has an averted gaze and a fidget spinner. Mattel says her dress is loose since some people with autism prefer less contact with fabric.
The Postal Service is launching 2 new Forever stamps. The first will feature martial arts master Bruce Lee and his famous flying kick. That's a cool looking stamp. There will be a first day of issue event for the stamp on February 18th in Seattle, where he moved to as a teenager and is now buried. The second stamp is in honor of boxing icon Muhammad Ali, who once said he should be on a postage stamp because, quote, that's the only way I'll ever get licked. Ali was a 3-time heavyweight boxing champion who also used his fame to advocate for peace and humanitarian issues. We'll be right back.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
One night in Memphis, the nationally acclaimed tribute concert featuring top rock and roll legends. Live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, January 29th. Ready for action? It's no holds barred as King of the Cage features up-and-coming MMA stars battling it out. Live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, February 5th. Clay Walker stands as a towering figure in country music with electrifying performances. Live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, March 5th. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or CDAcasino.com to buy your tickets now.
Winning is just the beginning.
Landowners in the Inland Northwest know when it comes to power, performance, and reliability, nothing beats a Coyote tractor from Jordan Sales and Service. Family owned and trusted for over 25 years, Jordan Sales and Service helps you tackle any property with Coyote tractors, zero-turn mowers, UTVs, and skid steers built for real work. Our full-service parts and service department keeps your Coyote tractor running strong every season. Visit Jordan Sales and Service, your home for Coyote tractors, and unbelievable hometown service.
When I was told I needed radiation treatment for a brain tumor, I couldn't stop thinking about what could happen to my memories. Those moments I cherish from growing up, of finding myself, of the people I love, of what I've created. Could they all just fade away? But when I learned how precise treatment was with Gamma Knife, I was reassured that those moments would be preserved. Because it's not only about protecting the memories I've made, but the ones I have yet to create.
We're Sell My House Fast, and we've been buying unwanted houses for cash, fast, for 25 years. We'll buy this house, and this one, even this one, not that one. We'll buy this house for cash and this house, but not that one either. If you're relocating, inheriting a home you don't want, if you've got a tenant you really don't want, we'll buy it. If you're behind on taxes and want to avoid foreclosure, going through divorce, or if you just need cash to get out of debt, we will buy your house at a fair cash price. And we'll close fast, too. So with us, no real estate agent, which means no commissions, no repairs or cleaning necessary, no appraisals or formal inspections, no open houses, no closing costs, and no long wait to close. Sell My House has been buying unwanted houses since 1999. Call to learn more. We'll buy this house and this house. Okay, not that one. We've got hundreds of Google 5-star reviews because our offers are fair and the process transparent. Call now and we'll connect you with a qualified local buyer.
1-800-219-1244.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
After one of the craziest starts to a wildcard weekend in recent memory, Seahawks now know they host the San Francisco 49ers again, so let's take a trip back the last few times these NFC West rivals met in the postseason. Seattle's last playoff game is one to forget for the 12s. Niners demolished Seattle 41-23 in Santa Clara. Pete Carroll's final game for the Emerald City. Jason Myers' long boot took the halftime lead, but 25-6 in the second half for San Francisco ran the Hawks back north. A much better remembered game, though, could happen in their only other playoff meeting, the 2013 NFC Championship game. Seattle came back from down 10 and then 17-10 to take a 6-point lead late, capping the win off with an incredible Richard Sherman pass deflection to seal the Seahawks' second ever NFC title and book a trip to what would be their first and only Super Bowl title. Let's listen back to Sherman's iconic post-game interview.
I ask you the final play. Take me through it.
Well, I'm the best corner in the game. When you try me with a sorry receiver like Crabtree, that's the result you're going to get. Don't you ever talk about me.
Who was talking about you?
Crabtree, don't you open your mouth about the best. Or I'm going to shut it for you real quick. LOB.
Legion of Boom. Seahawks look to relive that magic coming up this Saturday. Kickoff time and network still to be determined. And for the 7th time this season, Gonzaga women's hoop star Lauren Whitaker takes home the WCC Freshman of the Week. Whitaker tallied 22 points, 10 boards in GU's win over Portland. That's her 9th double-double this season, 7th in the country among all freshmen. Whitaker now has a share of the last 4 Freshman of the Week awards. Pretty impressive for her. Zag men and women's basketball, they're combined 5-1 so far in January, so real impressive for them.
And we had to inform Jack that our former sports director, Keith Oso, did a little photo bomb in that Richard Sherman interview there. It's pretty classic. All right.
Oh, your planning forecast. Yes, plan on some low clouds and fog. And a nice warm day tomorrow, almost 50 degrees.
All right.
And the final game of the wild card weekend between the Houston Texans and the Pittsburgh Steelers is coming up next.
Keep up to date with all the news on 4 News Now, KXLY.com. Jack, Chris, Kirsten, and I will be back right after the game. We hope to see you then.